Moving forward, my next speaker is now Mr. Rakesh Mewada. Is there? Very experienced professional from oil and gas industry. Currently, he is working in Pipeline Infrastructure Limited. He is B Electrical Advanced Diploma in Industrial Safety, and his experience areas are HSE management system, performance analysis, HSE risk management, incident investigation, HSE assurance, project safety management, HSSE training, compliances, and he has worked in various industries within the oil and gas sector, I would say, or beyond also. Yeah. Oil and gas upstream sector, then city gas distribution, cross-country pipelines, ports and logistics, and chemical industry. So widely varied experience. Now let us welcome Mr. Mewada.
Good afternoon, all. So, post-lunch session is always difficult for both of us, actually, speaker as an audience. So, sir, I will try to finish my presentation. Yeah, thanks. Within 12 minutes. So, I'm here to present you the best practices we are following at PIL. So, yeah. So just to brief you about PIL, it is Pipeline Infrastructure Limited. We are into cross-country pipeline business. Our network, if you see, it is from Kakinada to Bharuch. We are transporting natural gas. And if you see, the length of the main pipeline is around 1,375 kilometers. Spur line is 104 kilometers. And if you see, it is passing through 5 different states: Andhra, then Telangana, Karnataka, Maharashtra, and Gujarat. And our volume is around 20 MMSCFD. Customer is around 27, which are the major customers. Earlier, it was this company was known as East-West Gas Pipeline. So you can see the HSSE challenges. It is all the basic challenges. Apart from that, we have a different state, different people, different culture, and different issues, local issues. So if you see the operating asset, broadly, we have around 10 compressor stations, and metering and regulating station is around 47. If you see main pipeline walls is around more than 50. And we have operating, pipeline operation center, which we have 2 pipeline operating center. One is at Navi Mumbai and one at Hyderabad. So if you see it, because of so many operating asset, we have a challenge of asset integrity as well. If you see operationally, these are the major challenge which I am here to present you the linkage between operation challenge and the HSSE. The first one is that the large volume of high pressure flammable gas which we are transporting. So something goes wrong, it has got high repercussion actually. And as you see that our pipeline is passing through various state and where the community nearby is involved. So it is a very highly risky and we need to ensure the integrity of pipeline too. If you see high consequences even with very low frequency incident also. There were a few instances where very minor leakage from tubing also resulted into kind of high risk kind of incident. It is like a linear asset spread across 5 states, as I already said, the different challenges, different culture. Now we have a multi-site operations which is going on from one compressor station to the last compressor station. And again, monitoring the operation parameters is again the big challenge, even though we have 2 operating centers. Now, pipeline integrity, we know the common issues related to corrosion and many other things. We have a separate pipeline integrity management department who look into the integrity of the pipeline, but again, it has got a direct link with the safety. Now, pipeline patrolling and service surveillance, again, it is must, it is required for pipeline integrity itself, but again, it result into a kind of safety challenges. If you see the major HSSC hazard which we are facing is that unauthorized third-party damage. That is the biggest challenge which we are facing. Then we have like a poison reptile attack. It is passing through the forest area and different farming area and all those things. So that is the biggest challenge while carrying out the patrolling activity. We have a long journey using the road transport because there is no mode of transport there available. So for our operation and maintenance work, we need to use the vehicle. Again, road safety is one of the biggest threat you all are aware in India. So that the challenge we are also facing. Also working at height where the fall hazard is there. And this is the regular issue which we are facing. And we have many other barriers in place, but this is again the big challenge. Confined space, we have a regular picking activity and scrubber cleaning activity and many other activity going on where the confined space is required. Again, that is the biggest challenge and we need to manage the risk here. Now, exposure to electricity is one of the common hazard which I think all of us, all of the industries face. And also the GHG emission, why? Because the thing is that while managing the operation, sometimes what happens, the operating parameters, the upset of operating parameters result into a kind of over, you can say, the release of gas and which result into GHG emissions. So the optimizing the operating efficiency is one of the biggest challenge we are facing, and that ultimately result into the GHG emission. So here in PIL, we believe that HSSE department is center of excellence. That is the key point. We have our management system, we have 20 elements, but here I am going to present something which is beyond the compliance. Right from the morning, we are discussing about the many things about the compliance. The moment we start thinking that our HSE should be beyond compliance, it will help to improve our system. So these are the 4 key elements out of those 20 elements which I am going to discuss quickly. The first one which we believe in PIL is the leadership. So top to bottom, that is the approach which we are, we regularly monitor and emphasize. And here, if you see, it includes the safety is right from in policy, vision, mission, and even a regular review of the meeting, which is, chaired by MD and CEO. For HSSE system, what we believe is that the moment you have a good system in place, it's going to give you the good result and good analysis thing, kind of thing. So here, online mobile HSSE reporting system, which we have recently developed, that is the in-house development by PIL, which is specific to our operation. And then we have an online audit tracking system, which tracks all kind of actions coming out of the audit. Also, it tracks the nature of audit actions. If in the audit we have a repeated type of action, then again it will pop up and give you some kind of different color actually. And this is where sometimes we need to manage it very seriously. Second, online PTW system. Here we have a system of capturing photographs. In photograph also, which captures the coordinate as well. So the moment if you want to have an audit trail of that particular PTW, you can see the site location as well. So this kind of system is really helping us. I will brief you more in next slides on this. Then we have IVMS system. As I said, the road safety is one of the big hazard for us actually. So we have implemented IVMS in-vehicle management system, and that really help us to track the driver behavior actually. We have HSSE dashboard, which is on the click, SMT, ELT. Member get all the detail of what is happening on the daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis, year-on basis. We have a tool through which we do the analysis, and then we, track it in different kind of forum, and then we discuss with the different locations where we are lagging actually. Now the HSSC competency part, what we believe is that operational competency is very important to ensure the safety. So operational competency is no more different than the safety competency here. We identify the operational critical position, we identify the safety critical position, and we map the training needs accordingly. And also we have online learning management system which tracks everything, the scoring part, the assessment part, the feedback, everything. So that is something is through system. Also, we have a more focus and very much focus on the contractor safety management in our PIL. Almost 95 or more than 95% of people involved in high risk activity are contractors. So this is the area where a more focus is given in PIL. And for that, actually, we have started one good program, Trusted Partner Program, which I am going to brief you in next slide. And we have like a regular engagement. Also in HSSC Culture Survey, we involve contractor. We go to different site, educate them in their local language, and get the actual feedback from them during the HSSC Culture Survey. Now, for leadership, if you see that we have safety inculcated in our vision, mission, even in policy also. So here our vision is to transport the natural gas but safely. That is the vision. If the mission is that we are going to always ensure that we follow the highest standard of safety and ethical and compliance standards. So it is like beyond compliance. If you see in policy, we believe that all injuries are preventable and all are employee, contractor and employee, they all are HSSC ambassador. And goal 0 is the target where we are saying that no harm, no leak and no injury. And it is very important for all of us that if anybody observe any unsafe act or an unsafe condition, then immediately it has to be stopped.
Mr. Mewada, could you close in another 1 minute more?
Yeah.
Please close in another 1 minute.
Yeah. Only one? 1 minute, okay.
You're almost 11.5 minutes done.
Okay, sorry. So I will quickly go to the system part where we have like IVMS, mobile app and e-permit which I already briefed you. Then we have HSSC system where this is the dashboard which I was talking about where at a glance you can, in fact we have unsafe act and unsafe condition also we are monitoring and you can get the pyramid itself immediately. And these are the driver behavior you can get through dashboard. Now HSSC competency, the process which I already briefed you, and so I will not go into the detail of this. I just take 1 more minute on this contractor safety management. Here we have started a program which is called Trusted Partner, where we are saying when safety is there, contractor is our partner actually. So we will be helping them, we will be educating them, we will be improving their competency. That is our own responsibility. And once we started this program, earlier the reporting part and transparency with the contractor was less. Now we have found that a lot of improvement is there and contractors are involved in the safety. If you see the other part which we are doing for contractor is to evaluate their performance regularly. And we have a different parameters through which we evaluate and again engage with them to improve their KPIs. So if you see other best practices, other practices where we have like a public awareness program where we engage the people who are, close to ROI. We have like a provision of anti-venom at hospital where we regularly engage our team to ensure that that is available for us. Also job safety plan where we are saying is that we have like a HITRA system in place. But the thing is that HITRA is generally prepared by someone else and at the site when person is using, he is not aware of the risk and hazard. So job safety plan where we are mandatory implementing that people has to prepare the job safety plan at site itself actually. so that all the risk and hazard, site-specific hazards are addressed. So yeah, so I quickly wrap up my presentation. So thanks.
It was a very enlightening presentation, and you rightly touched upon the four important areas: leadership, HSSC system, HSSC competency, and contractor safety management. If out of 18-20 elements which generally we have, these four areas are very, very important. So you have rightly elaborated. Thank you so much.